I'm Jenny. This is NOT Vlogmas bonus video number 2, and this is my pattern stash. Oh my god. I've got a problem, but we're about to solve it. Okay, before you come at me, yes, I know this is a lot of patterns. To be fair, they have accumulated, or the stash has accumulated over the last couple of years since I moved away from, I guess, blankets and amigurumi made in cotton and acrylic into like plushies and using plush yarn. A lot of these patterns have been purchased either when they've been on sale or sometimes with a discount, you know, if you happen to leave it in your cart in Etsy and you get a little percentage off, that kind of thing. And sometimes I may have bought them if I need to make a particular item and I don't have a pattern for it. So yeah, but I understand there is a lot, but I'm just not one of these people that can work from the pattern digitally. It just really bugs me. I get annoyed when the screen locks and you've got to go back into it, and I wish it worked for me, because then I wouldn't, you know, have to use so much paper, but it just doesn't work for me. My brain, it just doesn't. So I like to have the physical copy. I can note down any adjustments that I might need to make for the pattern, if I've used a different hook, what kind of yarn I use, that kind of thing. And I just like to have a physical copy, a bit like, not that I'm a massive reader, but if I read a book, I'd prefer to read a physical copy of a book than it on a Kindle or something like that. So that's me. Now, yesterday I did go to Officeworks and I purchased a few folders. So I've got 3 lever arch folders here, quite pretty colours. No particular reason why I grabbed 3, because I'm not 100% certain how I will like categorise them, I suppose, but I just thought 3 was a good number. I also purchased a couple of packs of plastic sleeves, sheet protectors, because I think that's just going to work nicely, and also some little post-it tab things to put on top so that I can go through, and that'll help with my categories, I guess. So I think that's going to work. And I did have, I'll put the handle here on the screen. I had one of my lovely people comment last week and say that that's what she'd done, and it's already kind of what I was thinking anyway, but I do like the idea of plastic sleeves as well, rather than punching holes in the patterns. I just think it'll be better aesthetically and practically, functionally for me. So I guess the next step is to start going through them. I'm obviously not going to show you every single pattern while I'm going through them one by one. I might pop a little bit of footage while I'm kind of sorting them, but then once I am closer to knowing the plan, I guess, I'll take you along with me, and then I will most certainly show you the end result. But I'm excited. I am excited to do this, and if I haven't already said it, it's very much well overdue, and I'm keen to get cracking. I do have a few, you know, I've got to cook dinner and things like that. However, I really want to just do this, because once this is done, I can then get back to crocheting, which is of utmost importance at this current moment, when I have a big list. So let's get started. Okay, firstly, I did find another itsy bitsy pile that was underneath something, so we will add this as well. I hope that noise of my exhaust fan out there is not too loud. I don't have a microphone, so this is it. Now, I've brought you down to my dining room table because I need a lot more room, and I think I just need to spread out, and yeah, and it's a little bit cluttered up there at the moment. So this is what we're going to do. So for example, Snuggle Beans Crochet, I have not all, but I have probably the vast majority of her Sploot series because they are such wonderful patterns. And when she had the sale last week, I did grab quite a few more. So I'm going to, as I said, Shannon, Madeline Mako, and as I go through, I'll see there might be a couple of other designers where I have multiple of their patterns. So I think I will keep those together. That's what I'm thinking at least. So I'm just going to probably pop you on a little bit of a time lapse while I start to go through these, and I'll give you an update shortly. These ones are all Green Frog Crochet, and there's a few bundles in there of her hatching animals and things like that. So each little animal has its own separate pattern. So I'm going to keep those together so that I know exactly where they are. Another designer that I will, I guess, separate and put all her patterns together is Oaken Marlowe, as well as Stacey Makes, because I have a few of her patterns as well. Okay, hello, I'm back. I was able to be very productive last night, and I would have liked to record a little bit more, but I just didn't have time. It's been a busy day. It's been a hot day. We have a heat wave here currently, so thank goodness for air conditioning is all I can say. Now, I'm probably at least one folder short, and I need another box of plastic sleeves. I had 200 and I have virtually used all of them, so I need more. Excuse me. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out. They look good, and there's definitely a lot more order to it, and I feel very confident that I'm going to be able to just put my hands on a pattern straight away, or just flick through it if I'm looking for inspiration, I suppose. So I have two, they're so heavy. I have two folders, I guess, that are dedicated to certain particular designers. So I'm going to give you a flick through those in a moment. And then I have another folder which is, I guess, categorized into certain things. For example, dolls, enchanted creatures, turtles, because I have a lot of turtle patterns. I've labeled it jumbos, but think like Anchor the Octopus, Hugo the Humpback Whale, things like that. And also dragons, because I have a plethora of dragon patterns. I also have stacks in front of me here that I don't have a folder for as yet, because I'm going to have to purchase another one. So that won't be within this video, but look, the vast majority of it is organised, which was my goal all along. So I think what I'll do is sort this phone out so that I can give you a bit more of a bird's eye view of what I've done. I'm hoping that the plastic sheets don't give off too much reflection. So I hope that you can see it okay, but you might not want to watch all of this, but I know some people, I know I'm quite interested in seeing what patterns people have. So if that's you, stick around. If you don't want to see it, that's okay. Thanks for being here. But otherwise, let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin with the purple folder, and this one contains patterns by Snuggle Beans Crochet, Oak and Marlow, and Green Frog Crochet. So quite obviously, I suppose a lot of the Snuggle Beans Crochet patterns are all the splooting series. So if you watch my video the other evening, you'll notice that Dory lasted about 1 day in the new store that I'm stocking at. So I really need to probably make another one of those. I have done quite a large order of more safety eyes, but they're certainly taking a long time to get here, so hopefully they arrive very soon. So we've got Dory, we've got Figgy the Frog, Darth the Dragon. So I have made all of these three so far. I'm yet to make Pax the Puppy, Berry the Bear, Huey the Highland Cow, Cookie the Cat, Beans the Bunny, Mitzi the Mouse. They're all just so adorable. Fen the Fox and Wren the Wolf, as well as Dippy the Dino. Yeah, so all of those ones I'm yet to make, but I'm very much looking forward to doing so. I'm also going to have to pop in another sleeve there for Una the Unicorn, because I'm currently working on that at the moment. And in the recent sale, I just couldn't help myself. I had to get the Baby Night Dragon with the Light Dragon mod, because I think that's something that would also do really well. So they are my prized possessions, my Snuggle Beans Crochet patterns. Moving on to Oak and Marlow, we've got a lot of the Fable collection in here, as well as good old Mabel Chicken. So we've got, and some of these I only bought recently in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. So we've got Wilder the Fox, Flora Fawn, Finn Bear, Brie Mouse. I cannot wait to make these. I honestly can't wait. Marley the Dog, I have made that and it did sell at the store. Tilly Cat, she's currently at the store. I'm not sure if she has sold as yet. And I also have Millie the Millie Chicken at the store. Prim Bunny, I'm yet to make her. And I did sell my Beth Bunny just recently as well. And then we move on to a few of the mods. We've got the Woodland Fairy mod here with the wings, the little mushrooms, the Mermaid mod. They're really cute as well. And I have made, you may have seen that I did make the little dressing gown and eye mask for Marley, but I just didn't really like it, so I don't know if I'll make those again. Would be open to making the little sleeping bag though, so, but I haven't done so as yet. We've got good old Mama and Mini Mabel chicken. I have made minis before, but not the Mama. Oh, we've got a double up there. We've got on this side, we've got the Mabel nest. I have made some of those, the Mini Mabel nest. We've got the Mini Mabel egg and the regular Mabel chicken nest. And that's it before we move on to Green Frog Crochet. I've got the Lazy Cats here. Now, all of these, I've bundled them all together, but you've got the different varieties here, and I have each pattern printed off individually, but to save space, I guess, I've thrown them all in the one plastic sleeve, but they look like really nice, unique cats there. We've got the chubby animals. I'm yet to make any of these, but we've got obviously the cow, koala, pig, little bear, monkey, fox, and is that an otter? I'm not too sure. I do have these ones in a sleeve individually because there is a couple more pages to each, but they look really nice as well. And obviously you can vary the end result depending on what type of yarn you want to use there. So then we move on to the hatching animals. I have made the dragon, the triceratops, and the mini dino. They did go out to the store, and I'm unsure as to whether they have sold yet. And these, I just couldn't resist these. We've got ballerina, bunny, and mouse. They look just adorable. I do really like the little tulle skirt as well there, so they are really, really sweet and on my extremely long to-do list. And here, okay, this is the bunch of, actually I might change those because that's messing with me a little bit. Change the order of those. And now we move on to the surprise animals. It's all our little minis there. We've got a monkey, koala, there's an otter there that's all mini, and obviously we've got a chipmunk, I believe, elephant, and whatever the other one is, but I've bundled those ones all together because they're only maybe 2 pages per pattern, but they look really good as well. So that is one folder, one very, very large folder. I can assure you it's very heavy, but having the little tags at the side and having them individually placed in the plastic sleeves is great, I think. And they're quite good quality plastic as well, so I think that's going to be good. It's certainly going to work for me. So that is the first folder. We'll move on to the second one. Okay, now in our blue folder we have Madeline Mako, Stacey Makes, Nooks, Hooks, and Crochet Grove. So if you are a crocheter, you're probably more than familiar with all of those names. And I have a large number of Madeline Mako patterns. As you may know, her patterns in her Etsy store have been heavily discounted, I think 75% off, and that is until the end of the year. So I had purchased probably a number of patterns anyway, and then I joined her Patreon. So I have quite a lot, and I probably also have some that haven't been printed, but yeah, they're great. Some I've made, some I have not. I have made the mermaid, and that did sell, I believe, last week. I'm actually really keen to make Miss Rachel. If you have any super young people in your life, you will know who Miss Rachel is. She is very, very YouTube famous. This is another pattern that I'm actually really keen to make. Hopefully soon. I did see Chris from Enchanted Skein made that, I think, in her last video, and it was adorable. We have Moo, and then honestly we've got all the animals. We've got mallard, we've got donkey, pig, an astronaut. I've had that pattern for a really long time. Chicken, I made that for my grandson for Christmas last year. Elephant, baby elephant. Forest fox, now that one definitely is on my to-do list. I really like the shape of that. We've got Coop, and he's a very cute little chicken. Ivory elephant, I have made ivory before. In fact, I have one right here. This one here, it probably needs to make its way out to the store as well. And then moving on to Bun Bun. I have not made Bun Bun yet, but I would like to, and particularly next year leading up to Easter, I would like to pump out a heap of those. Now, Tully, Tally, giraffe, tall, I don't know. Either way, it's a very cute giraffe, and I am very keen to make that one, as I am this classic cow. I wanted to make this one for a long time, and I think I will do the one in the overalls. I think it's just adorable. I think a lot of these ones are ones that I got from Etsy. This is a Patreon pattern that I got, Tad and Lily. They are super cute. Puddles the duck, that was another Patreon pattern that I got. And in here we have all like mini birds basically, and I've bundled them all together, but there's all the different variations that you would imagine you can get with a small bird pattern. So that is the end of Madeline May Co patterns. As I said, I do have more, but they're just not all printed. We've got Dolly Dashhand, Stacey Makes. I have made one of those, which I will be revealing in my next video. Jimmy Sloth, which is one that I purchased for my book buddies to go with the sloth book. Patsy Cow, and did I test Patsy? No, I think I just bought Patsy. And I do have Gale Gator as well, because I tested Gale, but seemingly I don't have that one printed out. But moving on to Nook's Hooks. Obviously this is a very recent thing for me. I jumped on board the hoodie bear train and there's no sign of me getting off. So we've got the mods there. I bought extra mod packs, I suppose. I'm really keen to do the bee one, and these are very sweet as well, the old garden bears. And then we have the No-So bunny as well included in this, and I do also like the little Winnie the Pooh mod there, I guess. And this pattern, I've had this No-So elephant pattern for quite a while from Nook's Hooks, but I just thought I would bundle it in there. And then we move on to Crochet Grove. I obviously have quite a big stack of Crochet Grove patterns as well. There's so many different suggestions to make all of these different characters, and that is what stuck out to me when I purchased this pattern. It's just time. Honestly, it's just time, and I'm sure that you can relate, but I'm extra keen to have a go at some of those, as I am with the Unicorn and Pegasus, because I think this particular style of unicorn is going to go well with some of the books I have purchased for my book buddies. So I'm keen to do that. I thought this one was adorable. I did buy this pattern quite a while ago, but I think puppies always do quite well, so I'm keen to try that one. I did make this a couple of, maybe a couple of months ago, and I have just learned that it has sold at the shops, so that's amazing. Might need to make another one. The hippo, I love the creation of these, I suppose, the style. Now that, and once you make Crochet Groves patterns once or twice with the joining of the legs, yeah, you just get better at it each time. So we've got the hippo and the gorgeous elephant there. So I did buy those kind of recently. I have made the horse before. I did take it out to the store, and I'm unsure as to whether it's still there or whether that one has sold as well. I do know that this guy sold. Absolutely gorgeous pattern. Absolutely love it. As well as the little mini Brontosaurus. That one did sell at the Collective, the store I was previously selling at, and he was there for a couple of weeks, but he did eventually find his forever home, and he was the very first Crochet Grove pattern I made with the using that method. So I wasn't as sure as to what I was doing there, but now that I do know what I'm doing, I think I'll definitely have more of a go at that pattern. And here I guess we just have some different mods for floaties that will fit some of Crochet Grove's patterns. So we've got that as well. So another really heavy folder, but one of my favorites. It's just so good. I can't even tell you how good it is to have these organized. The only thing that would make me happier was if I did have the extra folders and I could totally finish the job, but for the most part it is done. Now the final folder that is actually finished is this one, which has a bit of a mix. So we'll just go through these sections individually. Firstly, we've got, I've just labeled it dolls, and there's different patterns in here. We've got this one, Twinkle Fairies by Pocketful of Posies, and that goes on to the next one, because you have the option to do different hairstyles, different skirts, and different legs as well. So and wings. There's a lot of different choices in here. So it's a very detailed pattern. I have made one of these before. I gifted it and it was very much loved. Moving on to K-pop Demon Warriors. This is by Chastity Ann Designs. I did pattern test Zoe, and I would like to make more in the future, but when I get there. Then we've got 11 from Stranger Things. This is by Crochet by IGR. That one is at the store. Not sure if she's still there or not. And I was looking for other patterns and I came across this one by Fox and Faye Crochet. I only purchased this one a couple of weeks ago, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be Lucifer, and I absolutely love Lucifer. So I could not resist that pattern. And now we've got, actually there's quite a few Raven and Jade patterns here. I don't have the front on here, but I think that is a little, no, what's that one? It's a little bitty character, I believe. We've got Sunny the baby bear. I have made that actual set before, and someone purchased that through my Etsy. Very sweet. We've got the Whimsy Folk. Actually, that first pattern was a little mini Whimsy Folk, I believe. I have made one of these before, and they're just so quirky and different. We've got the mini Wonderland Unicorn. I have made one of those before, but these are patterns I've had for quite a while. I have made one mermaid before, and sorry, you can't quite see it there. I have made one of those before. And now we move on to what I'm just calling Enchanted, or the Enchanted section, Enchanted Creatures. We've got Kim from Crafty Chaos Emporium and her Magic Mushroom pattern. Adorable pattern, love it. Another new pattern to me, haven't made it as yet, but this is Maeve the Moth by Fox and Faye Crochet. I don't usually like those eyes, but I just think it works, and I think it would definitely appeal to someone. Again, never made one of these, but I just thought that that would 100% appeal to some people, particularly in the month of May, if you know what I mean. We've got Mulberry, the Garden Goblin. I saw that on someone's channel. I can't think who, but I think that is what led me to Fox and Faye Crochet. I just thought he was ultra adorable. Now these next few patterns are all patterns by Elegant Purely. This one here, you may recognize. I used that pattern for one of our section in Crochet Roulette, where we had to do an enchanted creature. I made this guy with a yellow hat because yellow was our color, and he turned out very big but very adorable. So I think it was in a pack which came with Blumina mushroom, which is also really cute, and witch mushroom. So they're in our little enchanted section there. And then we move on to turtles. Quite a few turtles here. We've got the Succulent Turtle by Happy Turtle Crochet. I have made one of those, and in fact I still have it because it has not sold at this point in time. Mini Watermelon Turtle pattern by Happy Turtle Crochet as well. I have made one of those, and I do still have it currently. I have also made a sunflower turtle, and I gifted that. I made that from, this is by Kind Maker. I made that for my turtle crochet roundup video, I believe. I have not made this one as yet. Another Kind Maker pattern. It's the Bumblebee Turtle. We've got Myrtle the Turtle by Chastity Ann Designs. I think I've only made one of those, and I think I may have gifted it. This is a very new pattern to me by Tara at Old Soul Factory. It is Tice the Turtle, or Tice the Sea Turtle. And I do know that the legs are all made in the round, so you don't sew them on. And Titus, which is the medium size. So Tice is smaller than Titus, but they look like really nice patterns. So I am looking forward to giving those a go, hopefully sometime really soon. Got the good old Ninja Turtles, the Sewer Turtles by Crochet by IGR, a very new pattern to me, so I haven't had a chance to have a go at those yet, but I'm actually really excited to. I did purchase these patterns quite a while ago actually, but I'm yet to make any, and that's the Sport Turtle set by Passionate Crafter. So we've got obviously the soccer, or football as some people call it, baseball, tennis and basketball. I just thought they were something different and would definitely appeal to those that love their sport. I've got the good old Crochet by Jenna. That was probably the very first turtle pattern that I ever made, and I have made a ton of them in my time, and quite often it's just my go-to. I crochet my fins in rather than sew them in. I used to sew them in originally when I was making it, but now I'm I was a lot more experienced, so I just crochet them in. It's a lot easier and quicker. We've got Tiana, the Tiny Sea Turtle by All From Jade. I think I've only made one of those, and yeah, it's probably a one and done, that one. I think it's cute, but there are just other turtle patterns that I prefer. I've got good old Tofu Turtle, and underneath here we have the next Tulip the Turtle, which is just basically a little bigger, and it's by Meg Makes Crochet. So yeah, Tulip is just a little bit bigger. I've definitely made Tofus. I'm not sure that I've ever made Tulip. Now we move on to our jumbo category here. We've got Hugo the Baby Humpback Whale. So he's big, but plain old Hugo is bigger. Definitely on my to-do list. I contemplated doing Anchor for so long, and then once I'd finally done him, I wondered why I'd waited all that time, and I'm sure it's going to be the same with Hugo. And that these patterns, of course, are by Chantal at Humble Child Co. Then we move on to Mini Anchor, and I've actually left a spare sheet in here because I have my anchor pattern out, knowing that I am going to have a custom for that very soon. And then we get on to our dragon. You can see how old this one is. This is Crochet by Jenna's dragon. I've made a number of these ones as well. You will also find that pattern. I'm pretty sure it's almost exactly the same in her book that she has available. We've got Dutch the dragon. I did make that recently and took him to the store. I think he might still be there, but I'm not 100% sure. Now we've got a couple of baby fruit dragon patterns here by Cozy Friend Creations. I'm yet to make those. So we've got the baby ones, and then we move on to the regular size dragons. I just thought they were really gorgeous. So another thing that's on that very long to-do list, we've got Cinder the Dragon by the Crochet Carpenter, which can be made as a finger puppet or a plushie. I have made him twice in plushie form. So actually no, the first one, I tell a lie, the very first one is a finger puppet because I was pattern testing it, and so I needed to make it, you know, a finger puppet, and I gave that one to my grandson. So then we move on to Benny the Mini Dragon Snuggler. This is by Just a Mum Crocheting. I am yet to make that one. I really want to, but he's just unfortunately moved down the priority list. We've got Tiny Dragon. This is by Avalon Crochets. I have made this once, and it could be a one and done because I just thought it'd be quicker than what it actually is. So again, there's just other patterns that I would prefer, given that there are so many dragon patterns out there. And that goes the same for Diddy Decks. I made one, but I just don't know that it's the pattern for me. I am keen to see how I like the Just a Mum Crocheting pattern in comparison. See whether, because they are a little similar, although this one might be bigger. But yeah, I'm interested to see the difference between them. Then we move on to some Red Mills crochet patterns. We've got Sleeping Baby Dragon pattern. I believe this is the one that I have already made, and this dragon is at the store as we speak, I believe. We've got Winnie the Dragon. This is a bigger dragon, and I really do want to make that one day. Oh no, actually this is the one I made. Darling. I made Darling Baby Dragon. It's quite similar to Sleeping Baby Dragon, but yeah, great patterns, absolutely gorgeous. So that's the third, I guess, finalized folder, and then we will just move on to, I guess, the categories that don't have a folder for now but will very soon. So we'll take a quick look at those. So once I purchase another folder, these ones will be heading in there. This is going to be the Lovey or / Snuggler category. I do have a bunch of patterns by the same designers, so I have kept them together, but I'm just still going to lump them all collectively in the Snuggler category. So firstly, we've got some patterns by Loops to Loveys. We've got Easton the Elephant Snuggler, which I did make about a week or two ago, and that was a wonderful pattern. We've got Cyrus the Cow Plushie. I'm yet to make Cyrus, but oh my goodness, can we just appreciate how stinking adorable he is. I like the overalls as well. We've got Hallie the Hippo Snuggler. I have not made her as yet, but she looks absolutely sweet. We've got Reed the Otter Pup. There is, Loops to Lovies does have a larger otter pattern, but I just thought these little pups were so cute. And then we're moving on to some BK crochet patterns. We've got Paw the Puppy. I think I only purchased that very recently in the sales. Love him. Basil the Bear. And I thought this would pair nicely with some of the bear books that I bought recently for book buddies. We've got Itty Charlie the Calf. I have had this pattern for a little while, but I just have not yet made Charlie, but my goodness, absolutely love it. I love the Highland Cow mod as well. We've got Gentry the Baby Giraffe, another one I am yet to make. I have made May the Elephant, and I made that earlier in the year for my niece who was having a baby, and she was very loved. And now we move on to some Oak and Ave patterns. This is part of her Adventure Pals pack series, I guess. I made this guy recently, and again just today I've learnt that he has sold at the store, so I made him exactly as per picture here, but I didn't worry about the little bag, but he was so adorable. Then we've got Aero the Aviator Bear. That was the one that I pattern tested originally for Jenny, and he did sell at the first store that I was selling at. He was so gorgeous. I'm yet to make Benson the Superhero Bunny, but I am very keen to. I think it's just quite a simple pattern, and I think it looks really nice. And all of the accessories that come with all of the Adventure Pals are interchangeable, so you could make Benson an aviator bear if you wish. And I have just finished pattern testing the next one, which is a pig, and I showed that, I believe, in last week's video, so check that out if you haven't already. Now we've got a Raven and Jade pattern. I've had this one for quite a while, not made it as yet, but my gosh, I love the long legs. I love the little, I guess, crop top here, and the mouth. I think it's the mouth for me, and the bonnet. So I'd like to push that one a little bit higher up the list, but I just don't know what to prioritize. I've had this pattern for quite a while, and I think it was just the design that stood out to me. I just really liked it, so I hope that if and when I get time to make it, I hope I'm not disappointed. This is by Crochets, I believe, according to the handle down here, and that one was just from Etsy. We've got Pancake the Pig. That was another pattern test that I did recently, Crochet by Beck. Actually, no, that wasn't a pattern test. I purchased that one. I did pattern test the Highland Cow for her, but yeah, super adorable. This is a pattern I've had for so long. You may recognize it. It's a Mama Made Minis, and it's the Bohosaurus. I have made a couple of those in my time. This is a very recent purchase. This is by Kylie at Mod Threads, and it's Bonnie the Bunny. I see a few of my YouTube friends that make her, and she always seems to do well, and I just think she's so cute. We've got Baby Della. I have made this pattern, and then we've got just plain old Della, and I shouldn't say just plain old Della because she is gorgeous in her own right. And I have made a number of Della ducks. We've got Evie Bird, and this is by Isla Jean Stitchery. I have made one of those. And finally we've got Possum Buddy crochet pattern by Cozy Friend Creations. I have made one of those, and at this point in time it is still with me. So that's our first category there, and then we move on to I'm going to bunch these ones together. This little category is going to be cats, dogs and birds. So we've got the Travellers by our friend Tracy at Travel Crochet. I have made Bluey and I gave him to my grandson and he loved him. Now I've just done the printer friendly pattern here. It's for the puppy and mini puppy by Annie Caraway Art. So I don't think I have any pictures in here, but yeah, there's a number of different versions here for the puppy. We've got Cookie the chicken. That's a fairly new pattern that I've purchased and I just think it's just so sweet. Like I love the how chubby it is. I love that the little apron is done in cotton yarn. I like the different textures together, I guess, and that's by Alpaca Patterns. We've got the Louis and Berg Hatcher, the hatching chick, and I have made a number of those over the last 12 months. We've got the Silly Birds. This is by Ollie's Crochet. I have made a couple of those which I gifted, and I also put some weighted pellets in them. It's a really quick make, this one. Very, very sweet. Will be good for markets. Elegant Purely, the Dachshund dog. I have a love-hate relationship with this pattern. I want to love it, but I just cannot get my bobble stitches to line up. I can't get it in the right spot in comparison to the tail. Oh, I don't know what it is. It is written in the style where you slip stitch and chain one. It does say, and I even tried that initially, and everything was still a little bit off. I much prefer to crochet in the round, like spiral, but it was just, yeah, I had another go at this the other day and it was just annoying me. So I'm just going to walk away from it for a little while and maybe come back to it yet again. We've got our little cuties in blankets. I have made a number of the little puppies. I am yet to make the cat or the bunny, but they're just an easy little make. They do turn out really, really cute and have always done fairly well for me. Moving on to the Birdie Friend plushies. I've got the different varieties of birds here. This is Annie Caraway Art pattern again, as is the Loaf Cats. I have the regular Loaf Cat as well as the kittens. That's something that has never done super well for me, but you know, is what it is. This is just different varieties of the little kittens, and I'm yet to make this one, but when I saw it I just thought it was something different and something quite quirky. This is Jingles the Clown Cat by Ollie's Crochet, and I actually would really, really like to make that at some point. Don't ask me when though. We're getting there, guys. We're almost done. Now, this little stack here is, oh, okay, this is my section that is just kind of other animals, if you like. So this is also Annie Caraway Art, and this is her fruit cows. I've had these patterns for quite a while. Again, never made them, but Annie Caraway Art's patterns are always great. They're always very easy to follow, and I just think, yeah, they're really adorable. And then we move on to Greta and George the monkey. If you've been here for a while, you would have seen that I did make Greta. I think I called it George, but I have made this one before. I believe it is still at the shop. This is by Theodore and Rose. Some very, I thought, quite unique bunny patterns. I'm yet to make it, but I have had this pattern for quite a while. We've got the crochet code. This is a 3-in-1 crochet pattern. I have made the Highland cow before, and it was a really nice pattern to work up. I have done a number of crochet code patterns, and yeah, I do like them. So this is also in line with the cow. We've got the Horned Lizard by Crafty Kate. I have made this before for a gift, and it was very, very well received. Love that. We've got the 2-in-1 owl patterns. This is by AQ Crochets. Yet to make it, but definitely, hopefully, very high on the list. And we've got Onyx the spider and Jet the baby spider by the Crochet Code. I have made both of these patterns and I do really like them. Then we've got Cash the Market Cow by our friend April at the Cozy Buckeye. I am yet to make this, but I've only had the pattern a few weeks, to be fair, so hopefully I will get there soon. And we've got Paddy the Pelican. This is by Saucy Puffin Crafts. I have made Paddy once before and I gifted him, and oh my gosh, to say he was well received was an understatement. My little recipient absolutely loved him. Drift the Octopus. I have lost count of how many drifts I have made. They continue to do well for me and I really enjoy that pattern. We've got the good old Rat pattern by QP Crochet. I took a long time to buy this pattern, but it is a good pattern. It really is. And I do like how the little, actually, I'm pretty sure I've got one that I can show you. I do really like how the little feet here have both colors in it. It just looks really cool, I think. So that is a great pattern. And I just haven't, I think I will take him to the store, but I just really like him. I don't like the real thing, but I'm quite happy to have a fake one in my little office here. On the back here, this is, I think this was the first rat pattern that I bought, but it is a little bit smaller. This is the No Sew Rat, and it's by Stitches by Sydney B. Then we've got a Nooks Hooks elephant. Clearly I haven't put the front of the pattern there. Who knows where that is? And then we've got Nibbles the Country Mouse. I definitely need to make some more of these, and this is by Robin at Knotting Hook Crochet. And finally, in this section, we've got Ace the Alligator. My printer wasn't working very well on this day, clearly. I have made one, Ace Alligator. I absolutely loved him. This is a pattern by Crochet with Kyra, but I think it's Kyra. I say Kyra, but I think I'm saying that wrong. But anyway, it's a fabulous pattern. It really is. I sold that one on Etsy. This final little pile, I mean, there is a few more things to show you, but this is going to be in the next folder. This is actually pretty much all Crochet Calls patterns. So you may remember I did have an order where I made, my gosh, was it 11 fruit cows? I can't even remember. There was a lot for a custom order. So in here, the majority of these patterns are the fruit cows. However, I did a while ago purchase some other Crochet Calls patterns, and they're Crochet Calls Critters. So we've got, I've done the printer friendly, so no picture, but I've got an elephant in a onesie, a cow in a onesie, a bunny in a onesie, a bear in a onesie, and then we've got a dress up birds bundle. I cannot even remember what that is, to be honest, but you know, I've tried to save paper where possible here by just only printing the instructions. And then finally, a Crochet Calls little sprout otter. He's very, very sweet. So I'm yet to make him, but they are just going to be bundled together. And the only other patterns that I have a number here of plant related patterns. So we've got some hanging, I have made a few of these hanging plants, but I wasn't, and the designer is, I will have a look in a moment. I just wasn't I don't know, I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I'm just going to take one out so I can tell you who the designer is. Actually, there is no note on the pattern, which is, it's a bit of a mistake on their part, not having their handle there. But yeah, I just didn't love the design like I thought I would. I did get them on sale quite a while ago, which is why I bought so many, but you never know, maybe one day I might have another go, but not anytime soon. I've got some plant related coaster patterns here. We've got the Monstera leaf, succulent. I have made this one before. These are by Hig Crochet Co. We've got the sunflower coaster set. I have not made those before, but I would like to. This one belongs with the others. So we've got the Hedera plant and the Carpothos. So I love the look of that, but yeah, I think it was the basket. I'm not exactly sure what the problem was, but there was a problem. And there's still more here. We've got the succulent, like a string of pearls there. And back to another flower bouquet coaster set. I have made these before and they are awesome, but they take so long. I swore never again. They look so cool, but never again. They're just way too time consuming. But you know, good pattern nonetheless. And the final patterns here, I think I've decided that I'm not going to worry about placing these in plastic sheets. I have quite a large sturdy little box. It's a really nice box that's nice and bright and colourful, and I think I'm going to place all of those in there because I won't have a need to be making things so small, I guess. So we've got, these ones are, I guess, more like fidgets. We've got the little Flip the Fish by Teresa's Crochet Shop. I've not made that yet, although I do believe it's quite fun. We've got some itty bitty mini pops by Cable and Canvas. There are some other Cable and Canvas pops, and we've got Willow and Wild beaded fidget squares. This is still all Cable and Canvas. We've got the Tabby teacup. We've got a lily pad which goes with one of the other ones. Back to another beaded Willow and Wild. The little hedgehog, I have made that, as well as the octopus. I have made that before. So unique and different and really cool, but does take a little bit of time. So that must be all of our fidgets. And these ones, I mean, this is obviously seasonal, so I think I'm just going to put that away because I won't need to access it. And these ones are just the smaller makes, which I'm doing a lot less smaller makes at this new store. So unless I need it for gifts or something, I'm not going to need to access them regularly, hence why I'm going to put them in the box. So we've got the Jumping Spider by Handmade by Nicole, and some dumpster fires. This is by the Fox Den Mum Life. And this is just the little printouts that come with it. Emotional support dumpster fire. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. We've got a little hamster pattern. This is by Antonina Naimanova. That's a pattern I bought on Etsy a very long time ago, yet to make it, and I don't even know if I ever will. The good old Leggy Froggy, the OG Not Jaded Co pattern. This one, it's been through a lot, as you can see. I have made so many Leggy Froggies over the years. We've got another Fox Den Mum Life pattern. This is a little emotional support lobster, and that also does come with a little printout somewhere. We've got the 12-in-1 Baby Chicks and Cuddle Mellows in hats by the Stitch Studio CA. I have made this one before, and that's the only one. Cute, but you know, probably a little bit more time consuming than I would like, but still very, very cute nonetheless. But it's not going to be a pattern that I need to access regularly. And this is just the cards that go with the lobster. We've got Rory the Plush Ray by Teresa's Crochet Shop. I've made a few of those in my time, but won't need to be making them soon. Little Dino by B2B. I thought they'd do well at the first store that I stocked in, but they just didn't. And we've got the little crochet ducks in hats by Lubov Kolkina. I think I said that right, but I think it's Lubava Crochet, something like that. Really small. They're so gorgeous, but they're really small, so I probably won't make too many of those in the future unless I was making them for a gift, I think. And this is just one of the other varieties that she has. So that, yeah, there we go. That is pretty much it. That's where we're at. And that's a wrap on my pattern organizational video. I am very, very happy with the outcome. I do wish that I had my extra folders to get the job 100% complete. However, I'll be able to do that maybe over the weekend or in the coming week. I think having the 3 main folders already, they're so heavy to pick up, has just taken a real load off, because it really was a nightmare trying to find a pattern when I was looking for it. And even, you know, you forget what patterns that you actually have. So I now know what I've got, where everything is. I've got my other little labels ready to go for when I do purchase my other folders, and it's just going to make it so much easier, so much easier. So I really hope, particularly if you stuck around through looking through all of those patterns, I know that there was a lot. Is there something that, or are there any patterns there that you would like to get yourself, or that you maybe have got and you forgot that you had and now you want to make it? Other than that, what do you think I should make next? Because I just can't even decide. I keep getting messages about things that have sold, which is fantastic. It's so good. I'm torn between being so happy and so stressed, because these things, it's the larger items that are going and they take longer. So, but I'll do what I can. But anyway, we were talking about patterns, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I inspired you to do a little cleanup yourself, whether that's, you know, whether you're like me and you like to print them out, or whether you are able to work digitally and you just need to tidy up your files or something. I don't know. Let me know below. But I hope you've enjoyed my bonus video number 2, my NOT Vlogmas. My NOT Vlogmas series. Can you tell it's Friday afternoon? Goodness me. But yeah, I'm going to be back on Sunday for sure, because that's when I would normally post a video. I hope you're enjoying this little series, because I'm enjoying just being a little bit more active on here. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to find a nice spot to store these folders and get crocheting again. So I hope to see you Sunday evening, but thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, maybe subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, be safe and happy crocheting. Bye for now.